So when I was 18, I went to visit my dad in America. He was working in Los Angeles, Beverly Hills, on Rodeo Drive to be precise. He's been a piano bar guy for most of his life, so he was playing in an Italian restaurant on Rodeo Drive, and it was all very exciting. I was in between my first and second year of university, and I was going to spend a few weeks there. So, like I say, it was very exciting. I'd never been there before. Beverly Hills, Los Angeles, it was all very cool. On one of his days off, which were very few and far between, he took me to an amusement park called Magic Mountains, and it was huge. And in this amusement park, they had a roller coaster ride that was probably still the biggest roller coaster ride I've ever seen in my life. It was enormous. And I remember, I knew I wanted to go on it, and I remember taking a look at it from the side just to analyze the path of where it went, just so I could get a logical sort of plan of how this was all going to go when I was actually on it. So I tried to memorize it, where it went up, where it went down, just so that my logical brain could sort of help my emotional part when I was on it. Anyway, I went on it, we went up, and you get that feeling when you go to the top, it's going to go down, and you can't, even though your logical brain is telling you sort of your feelings kick in. So we went on, and it went down, it went up, and it went round. And just like the structure that I'd studied from the side, that's exactly what it did. It was quite predictable, actually. It went up, went down, went round, and that's all it did. So the logical part of my brain was helping my feeling natural instinct of fear, because it was telling me it's just going to go up, it's just going to go down, and then it's going to go round. Okay, so what has any of this got to do with tinnitus, you might be asking? Well, actually, I think the analogy between tinnitus and a roller coaster is quite precise and quite on point, actually. So for the first 9 years of having tinnitus, my tinnitus was really stable. It was really, really stable. I can't really say that it changed much. And it was quite mild. But since I was 36, which was 13 years ago now, I'm just turned 49, my tinnitus has been a roller coaster ride. It's been up and down, up and down. I've had long periods of good times, and I've had shorter periods of tough times, and the tough times have been really tough. So what I would like to suggest is in this video is that tinnitus is like a roller coaster ride. And if we can start to analyze this and to apply logic to it, it can make the ups and downs seem less scary. And what I mean is this: when I went through my first sort of over the top, like on a roller coaster when I was 36, and you sort of go down and all the feelings and, all the fear kicks in, just like a roller coaster, it seemed really, really high, like a big fall from grace. I was like, oh, I can't believe it's got so much worse. Have I got to give up my music career? It was a really difficult time. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It was really difficult. But then it plateaued a little bit, and I went through a long period of good times again. So 37, 38, whatever it was. And then I went through another spike. And you go through all the same feelings. You go down, all the fear kicks in. Is it the end of my career? How am I ever going to get in front of a microphone, in front of an audience on stage? Those sort of feelings. And you go round. You go to the good parts, and then you get to the bad parts again, just like a roller coaster. So how can this knowledge help us? Well, now when I go through the bad parts, when I go over the hill and down, they're not as scary because I've been on this ride many, many times. The novelty starts to wear off, and the fear starts to wear off too. Because you say, I've been here before, and the same thing happened. We went round and round and round, and I've been round so many times now that it's sort of predictable. And the logical part of my brain helps the natural instinct fear part of my brain. I hope that sort of makes sense. Just like that 18-year-old me that was looking at the roller coaster ride and analyzing it where it goes round, I'm now 49 analyzing the road of tinnitus and how it goes round, and it's exactly the same. You go down, fear kicks in, then you go up, you feel safe, you go for a good period, and you go down again, etc., etc. And I think it helps us allowing the logic to kick in so that the fear, when we go over the mountain, when we go through the spikes, are not so fearsome. They're not so scary. I'll give you an example. 2 nights ago, I woke up and my tinnitus was really loud. It was scarily loud, and there have been times in the past when that would have really scared me. I just woke up the next day and I carried on recording. I actually recorded a vocal on a new song. I was like, I've been here so many times. I've been round and round this roller coaster ride so many times. It's not as scary as it seems. And I really think that's important. I think it's an important thing to internalize. It gets easier and it gets less scary because we are on a roller coaster ride that is very, very predictable. The long periods far outweigh the bad periods. Okay? Just like when you go up, you know, it's short amounts of time of bad periods and long periods of good times. But there's an important thing for me to say here. As I say in all my videos, that doesn't mean I'm reckless. No, I am very careful with my hearing protection. I'm very, very careful of the amount of volume that I expose myself to. I don't want to be around unnecessary volume. If I'm around unnecessary volume, I'm gone. I don't need to be around it. I protect my ears on airplanes, and some people might say I protect my ears too much. That's my way of dealing with it. I feel pretty good with that. But the point that I'm saying is that even though I'm really active with my hearing protection, even though I'm really, really conscientious of volume, spikes are going to happen. That's just the nature of the game, because we're on a roller coaster ride. And the more you hold back and say, no, I don't want those spikes. Oh, please, not a spike. The more you do that, the more the fear instinct kicks in, and less the logical part of the brain helps you, saying that it's just a ride. We're just going round. And then we're going to go good periods, tough periods, good periods, tough periods, etc. That for me has helped me immensely. And I really hope that the point comes across, because I'm not trying to belittle the spikes in any way. I know how scary the spikes can be. I know how tough the bad periods can be. You got to believe me, man. I mean, I know. And nobody can relate to people more than me, man. I've been through lots of bad times. But I'm telling you, man, it just, you just start to predict and go, okay, this is a bad period. After the bad period, there's going to be a good long period. And then there's going to be another bad period, etc., etc. I just want to say that because it came up yesterday in an online support group I do. I do an online support group for Tinnitus UK. It's a musician support group for musicians with tinnitus. It's once a month. And it's a topic that came up, and I thought this is an example I gave, and I wanted to make a video about it today. By the way, if you're interested in the musician support group, check out Tinnitus UK events page. It's once a month. It's free, it's private, it's confidential, and we talk about things like this. But for now, I want to say thanks for watching. I shall see you on the next one. Thanks so much.